Good evening. My name is Brad Mattingly, and I'm here tonight to speak to you on behalf of Leadership Lebanon, Marion County. And the first thing I'd like to do is I want to take just a little bit of an informal survey. You know, when we were thinking about putting this event together or sponsoring the event, one of the questions that we asked was, you know, of the chamber members that are out there, of those that would attend the banquet, how many of those do you think would be graduates or had participated in Leadership Lebanon, Marion County? Well, I've got a number in my mind as to how many of you are out there, and what I'd like to do is if you've been in the program, graduated from the program, please raise your hand way up high. There you go. There you go. Thank you all. Appreciate it very much. The number I had in mind was about 50%, and I think we hit that number there pretty easily. And for those that have been part of the program, what I would like for you to do is especially pay attention to those that did not raise their hand. I want those names. Those names will go on our list for those to solicit to be in future classes. And so, you know, as we talked about earlier, Leadership Lebanon, Marion County is celebrating 25 years, if you can believe that. It started the idea began in 1985 as an idea that was put forth by the Chamber of Commerce, and what they wanted to do was start a local leadership program, something that had been done in a lot of larger cities, but never been done in a community, you know, of 15 or 20,000, something the size of Lebanon. And as most organizations do, they formed a committee and to establish, to study the idea, to determine if it was feasible to have such a program. The executive team on that committee were three well-known individuals to the community: Ms. Susie Smith, Mrs. Nancy Spraggins, and Dr. Bill Dooley. The following 19 months consisted of committee meetings, planning sessions, interviews with prospective class participants and presenters. They worked to set up a lot of agendas, the receptions, to figure out who the speakers would be, what the itinerary would be, and what the graduation requirements might be. The committee traveled to other counties and even to some other states to analyze the programs that they set up to determine what we wanted to do in Marion County. The committee did soon realize that it was critical that the first charter class be a group of successful citizens and leaders from diversified backgrounds and professions. The program needed to make a statement within the community that would make changes, that could make changes today that would improve tomorrow. And I think everybody would agree, you know, Marion County certainly has come a long way in 25 years. You would probably recognize many of those names who participated in that first class, and I suspect that a few of them are here in attendance tonight, and we actually have a portrait over here of that first class. And I know that I've seen some folks, believe me, the styles have changed in 25 years, but we can still recognize you from the photos from even back then. So, you know, just over 25 years ago, they participated in the program and graduated actually in 1987 was our first graduating class. Since then, 443 students have participated in the program from approximately 102 businesses and industries, and those people come from all walks of life. They've been educators, judges, government officials, doctors, lawyers, farmers, a few bankers, nurses, industry managers, and small business owners. And they've all used this program to grow deeper in their understanding and appreciation for the people that make Lebanon and Marion County work. Whether you've lived here for 6 months or for 6 generations, I guarantee that you would, if you participate in the program, you graduate with a better understanding about how industry, education, law enforcement, agriculture, and government work together to keep Marion County moving forward. That is why I and my fellow classmates of the 2013 class are here tonight to help everyone celebrate 25 years of developing leadership and the efforts of those that came before us to ensure that a solid foundation could be laid for this organization. And as was mentioned earlier, speaking of tomorrow's leaders, I would also like to recognize a few guests that are here with us tonight, and those are the members of Teen Leadership Marion County. And Teen Leadership was inspired by actually a high school senior about 5 years ago named Brianna Lee. And she put the program together as part of a 4-H project. This organization is modeled after Leadership Lebanon, Marion County, and seeks to link high school students, juniors and seniors, with their community. Very much like the adult organization, Teen Leadership accepts students each year and focuses on the organizations that influence their daily lives. Among the goals of Teen Leadership Marion County is to present in-depth programs that will have students become familiar with the community's needs, opportunities, problems, resources, and allow interaction with community leaders. And it's a joint effort, as most successful endeavors are. The Marion County Extension Office, the Marion County Schools Family Resource Center, and the Marion County Community Education all work together in order to put the program on. This year they will have graduated 122 students, and on behalf of Leadership Lebanon Marion County, we would like to congratulate Teen Leadership Marion County for its 5 years providing leadership opportunities for Marion County students. So if you would just help me give them another round of applause. So as you can see, here in Marion County, when organizations work together to accomplish a common goal, good things do indeed happen. I doubt that in 1985, founders of leadership could have dreamed that after 25 years, their organization would still be going strong, much less that it would inspire a youth organization with very much the same goals. Leadership Lebanon Marion County would very much like to have the current listings contact information for our students. And as we mentioned earlier, we actually have a display table here with a few archives and a few old photos set up. And before you leave, if you wouldn't mind to visit us, we'd like to get your contact information to update some of our records. And what we'd also like to do is present you with a new lapel pin. We've adopted a new logo and maybe try to do some more marketing things for the program. So if you wouldn't mind, before you leave, stop and see us, give us your information, and receive a nice pin. So with that, that's all I've got. Thank you very much.
It is now time in your program for the President's Award. I preface all of my remarks by saying that I tried to obtain as much accurate information as possible to make sure that I was giving you facts. However, if there are any incorrect statements tonight, they are all my own, and I apologize for them. And if I do get them wrong, please remember, I'm not from here. So, Leadership Lebanon, as Brad has told us, and I'll skip over some of this, was formed as an initiative presented by the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce has been the birthplace of many great ideas in this community and a catalyst for formation of many new organizations within the community. One of those ideas has been highlighted here tonight as Leadership Lebanon. This program here was the first time that it had been offered in a community of 20,000 or less. Brad mentioned, and I would like to take a moment to recognize Mrs. Nancy Tatum. She was the executive director of the Chamber when that idea was brought forth, and it's my understanding that it was a vision of hers, it was an idea that she had, and she was very instrumental in making sure that there was a board member that would take it on. And also Mrs. Jane Higdon, who followed Ms. Tatum as executive director and continued to oversee the project. So I want to make sure I mention both of their names. Dr. William Dooley was the Chamber board member at the time, and he agreed to take the lead on developing the Leadership Lebanon program. The Chamber put together a committee consisting of Dr. Dooley, Ms. Susie Smith, Ms. Nancy Spraggins, and the late Nancy Becht. The following 19 months, we had committee meetings, planning sessions, and various working things to get the program set up. What happened with that first class set the tone for the next 25 years. Every class is filled to capacity with willing, eager leaders and potential leaders. Every year, program chairmen step up and announce their willingness to lead. Every year, there's another successful completion of an outstanding program, all because a few were willing to give their time, effort, and talents to better our community. Therefore, it is with great pleasure that I present this year's President's Award to the people who had the vision, determination, and leadership to develop such a wonderful program. Dr. William Dooley, Ms. Nancy Spraggins, and Ms. Susie Smith. Would you please join me? Ms. Smith is not here, correct? Ms. is not here, but we'll make sure we get her award to her, and if either of you all would like to speak, we'd be okay with that.
I won't say very much, but I will say thank you. This is a wonderful community. I cannot believe that Leadership Lebanon is continuing as strong as it is. When so many people said, it'll never work, it'll work for a few years, and then you won't have any applicants. But that goes to show you what kind of a spirit is here in this town, and I'm grateful to be here. Thank you.
You know, the one thing I really had a lot of anxiety about with doing the lead in leadership was I had to talk to a lot of people. Here I am again. The people that were behind the scenes were awesome. Our day chairpersons, of course, Nancy, Susie. Before Nancy and Susie were asked, though, nobody knows this, but I asked my wife Isabel if she would join me on the committee. And she said, "No, Bill, I'll just stay home and raise all these children of yours." Our child has really grown. It's 25 years. That's awesome. It was so interesting. I did the class as a member after doing the steering committee thing, and it was good from two different perspectives. That first class was awesome. You know, we needed to get off on the right foot. The day chair did a wonderful job. We even initiated something brand new, and that was Agricultural Day, and no leadership program across the nation ever done that one before. We grew and learned with it, and it was amazing how little I knew about Lebanon, Marion County, and you know, we gathered that information through that. I humbly accept this, and thank you very much.